Do you want to learn about some sweet tuner parts that you could take home for free?
Well, we've got news for you. We will be reviewing authentic performance parts and giving them away to one lucky enthusiast.
Check out our webinars live now on slipanglemedia.com. Gain some knowledge of these sweet tuner parts and have the opportunity to take them home for absolutely free with great odds.
Hi, my name's Derek, the defensive octopus. I operate TDO Performance. It's just me. I'm here with my turbo kit. I've designed this after a couple of iterations, trying to make the best product I can. It's made of Schedule 10 304 stainless, all full purged and welded by me, designed by me. I designed this for the DIY market, or anyone that really wants faster, more responsive power delivery, faster spool. The FlyinMiata kit is a great start. They give you everything you need, but this just kind of takes it a step further. It's equal length and all individual runners, so it flows a lot better. Again, helps turbo performance and spool. It's designed around a Garrett 2560 or 2864 turbo. It's the same turbo that Matt's running on his FlyinMiata kit, so no issues there. The kit consists of a manifold and a downpipe. I'm still working on making a couple more parts to maybe flesh out the kit and help people put it together, but really all the tweaks that are needed aren't that hard. Anyone can do them. Just got to be smart about it, do your research. Today we're going to do a rough install, show you placement, routing of certain things, hopefully to give you a better idea of what it's going to look like on your car.
All right, so first things first. What are we doing? We got to put the manifold on first.
All you have to do, move this.
We get that coolant line with the bracket.
Yep.
Right.
That's the one hard stud, but it is pretty easy from there. And then make sure your coolant line's on, and you kind of just have to put this nut on with it.
It actually looks easier than the cast manifold from FlyinMiata.
It is.
Yeah, there's a lot more room around these nuts. Yeah, so again, this is going to be a rough install just so we can get the placement of everything in the car.
Give you an idea what it looks like.
It does position the turbo up a little higher and a little bit closer.
Impact everything.
Rudd does. Impact the world, right, Rudd?
If you can get an impact on it, just use it. Why waste the time?
Oh, my gimbal just had a brain fart. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I did do the in-canal stud kit from FlyinMiata, so I will transfer those on when I actually assemble it for the final time. Yeah. We're loosening the hot side of the turbo right now, so we can clock it. All right, so we just wanted to point out one little obstacle that we had to overcome. This is a very difficult bolt to reach. We ended up having to get a wrench that just happened to fit perfectly. It's a little bit longer, so we were able to get it to fit on. A standard 13mm wrench like this is not gonna do the job. Like Quinn just happened to have one that's just a little bit longer to get that extra reach. All right, so now we're just gonna roughly put the turbo on, right?
Yep. Leave this loose.
Yep.
And then just kind of have it not straight down, but a little bit forward of this flange, so you can get both bolts. And it should theory, if we got everything right, so something like that. I think you need to.
Do you have to clock the center section?
Yeah, the center. This section might. That's pretty good. This might need to come in a little bit.
Will the oil? Do you think the oil line will reach? Oh yeah, it looks like it should. It had a little bit of slack.
Yeah, you might want to kick that pointing up just to give you a little bit more slack to come around.
Yeah. All right, so I just wanted to show a difference here with Derek's downpipe, which does bolt right up to the back of the 5-volt flange on the turbo, compared to the FlyinMiata turbo outlet. I mean, you could just really see the difference here in the amount of exhaust flow that we're going to get from changing over to this. You know, not that this isn't a bad thing, it's just, you know, for the enthusiast that wants to upgrade and let that turbo breathe a little bit more, this is a really great option.
I wouldn't quote me.
Yeah, that looks like much easier.
Yep, I'm just done.
All right, so we've got the manifold, turbo, and downpipe all tightened. Still rough, not all the hardware's in yet, but we just wanted to get an idea of clearance. From here, you know, even the intercooler charge pipe seems to fit right up there. I had to cut this down actually when I installed the FlyinMiata kit. I wish I didn't, because it would have given me a little bit more reach, but it does seem to fit. Clearance looks okay. Clearance going down here looks good too. And we're just going to lift up the car and take a look underneath and see what exhaust modifications need to be made. So now this is where the downpipe comes out right here. It looks like it's really nicely lined up right in the center here. What did we say? You said it was potentially contacting the transmission a little bit. There's a little casting.
Yeah, but I'm still playing around with the design, so I'll mess around with that when I get home.
If it's literally just like part of casting, I could also grind that down a little bit too.
Yeah, every car is a little bit different, but you know, I'm trying to make the best part possible.
Yeah, one of the coolest things from this side where you see you can access the O2 housings. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can get in there with no socket.
Yep. That's really nice. You designed that deliberately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
No, it wasn't a happy accident.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. And then it's just going to be a matter of getting a V-band flange and...
Oh, it comes with the flange.
Oh, it comes with the flange.
Yeah, I just took it off because it was red.
Yeah, and this is 3-inch, correct?
3-inch? Yep.
Hold that. Yeah. That looks like it'd just be extended a little bit.
Yeah, well, and you would need a cone, right, to go from 3 to 2.5, but...
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, anybody with a MIG welder and a little bit of skill can put that together.
All right, so we finished up the rough install, just trying to get an idea of like how I'm gonna route my oil and water lines and everything. Everything looks really good. This is gonna take a while for me to sort out everything because there's a lot of things that are changing, but I gotta say I really like the positioning of this turbo and just the aesthetics like look really awesome in the engine bay compared to the FlyinMiata kit. Yeah. Derek, let me find you here. Here you go. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Seriously.
Thank you.
You guys should definitely check out his website, TDOperformance.com. He does more than just Miata stuff too. He's built rear-mounted turbo on a 350Z.
Yep. I do a lot of custom work, so if you're in the area and you want something wacky and crazy, hit me up. But yeah, I'm trying to get these kits off the ground.
I think a good next step for the DIYer that wants to get a little bit more out of his hardware, you know, that get a little bit more out of that GT2560. This is a great option, and I cannot wait to sort this thing out and actually get this thing on the dyno and look at the difference in numbers. Derek has run a standard FlyinMiata turbo and his kit side by side.
Yep.
And we do have a dyno graph. I'm going to include that in the picture. We're obviously going to get mine once it's done, but the difference in like spool performance and like low down power is huge. Like
The one that's going to pop up on the screen, it's the same dyno, same size turbo, similar condition engines, same tuner. So it's a pretty good comparison. Obviously not perfect,
Yeah.
but it doesn't account for
Yeah.
the little differences don't account for that bottom end spool.
Yeah. It wasn't much, but even the car with his kit had 1 PSI less boost, and it still made a significant difference in horsepower down low. Like it's amazing, like the gap that from the first car to the second car. It was really good.
When you didn't even really feel it when we were out with the pickup on and off throttle. You have to drive it sometime.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you will drive mine
Yeah.
eventually, but it would have been nice to have you drive the car.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get this setup sorted out. Yeah, I can't wait. Although now it's like almost winter now, but you know, these things take time. But we got the starting point, and we'll go from here. There'll be some updates on my car, and yeah, if you want to check any more work that Derek does, the Defensive Octopus is your Instagram handle.
Yep.
Love that. And yeah, TDOperformance.com. Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Yep.